Losing is what got us here. None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here on the Losers Lounge. The Knicks is one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals. We got Tony and Trey, the Losers Lounge team. Yeah, we about to go ahead and get this one popping because, the Pacers is in a lot of pain.
Hey, I just want to quote Eric Spoelstra when he said, things can change quickly. You know what I mean? And yeah, tonight is a prime example of how quickly.
Yes. I mean,
in a hurry.
Right? We got blown out by 20, whatever, 30 points. Now we blow them out by 30 points. It's great. Things can change in a hurry. And they definitely did. Pacers fans ain't happy. Some of them want to blow it up. It's like, wow. I mean, you got a young team. But they're not happy about losing to the Knicks, which I wouldn't expect that they would be. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll jump right into it. Let me I don't know what I just did.
I was gonna say you had something up there.
I had something up there, then I moved it.
There you go.
All right, we'll just rock with this one right here for right now till I get it fixed. Matt said another Pacer letdown. Play flawless game 4. Play like ass in game 5.
But
Tony chimed in.
You made it to the Losers Lounge, so welcome to the Losers Lounge.
Welcome to the Losers Lounge, and that's exactly what happened, right? They played terrible. Or not. I mean, they played great in game 4 and got smacked in game 5. How does that happen? Is it about the desperation of the team that lost?
I mean, for us, absolutely. But for them, I think. I mean, I called it before the series started. I felt like there were going to be some blowouts in the series, like some real ugly losses because of the clash of styles.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if one team is playing their A game and the other team is playing a bad game, it's gonna look nasty. And I think that's what we saw in game 4 for us. You know what I mean? Like the things that we dominate at, the things that are essential to what we do day in and day out. We didn't do those things.
Right.
They did, and they was hot. You know what I mean? Like they was playing at their peak. So and that's why it looked like that. So you know what I mean? I can't say tonight. I don't even think we played out a game, but like we wasn't on from 3 like we can be.
Right.
But
it was definitely didn't play our A game tonight.
But it was a team. It was a team effort. You know what I mean? Right. It was contributions, and we stuck with what got us here all year long. Offensive rebound, low turnovers. You know what I mean? Like the same thing we've been preaching all year long, or Tibbs has, and I have, and you have. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no doubt. How much Trey do you think the adjustments played a factor in tonight's win for the Knicks?
Oh, it played a great factor. I mean, to start Deuce McBride in the starting lineup was huge. Now, I do think they need to expand to 8 guys in a rotation at some point, but I think for tonight's game specifically, to make that adjustment, I think it did 2 things for me. Number one, it got Deuce McBride going because Deuce, ever since the beginning of the Philly series, has sort of been non-existent through the postseason up to this point. And number 2, it gave the Pacers a different look that they wasn't expecting, that they wasn't ready for. So, I love that adjustment. Shout out to Tibbs for making that.
Yeah, that was definitely a beautiful adjustment, and I wonder how much discussion went into before, after OG went out, how much discussion went into should we start Deuce, should we start Precious? You know what I'm saying? I think Tibbs knew in his mind at some point he wanted to start Deuce. He was holding it in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Precious was probably the more comparable guy to bring in to kind of keep things the way they, the way they were. A big, could rebound, could defend. Like the only thing you really lost was the offensive game, and even with that, we just saw the peak of that with OG. But early, when OG went down early, like we really didn't see the offensive part of his game. Right. So it was easier to go with Precious then. But Deuce, he's shown offensive leaps, and he's a defender. So it's I agree with you. Yeah. He was holding it.
Yeah. And I wonder if the Pacers are looking and saying, okay, they're going really small. You think they're going to try to get bigger?
I think so. I think that's the adjustment I think they make for Game 6.
In the starting lineup? You think they changed the starting lineup?
I don't think they changed the starting lineup, but I think in order for them to limit us in offensive rebounding, I think at some point quick, it could be mid first quarter, it could be the start of the second quarter, they go big and they stick with it for a longer period of time. Not to say that they would, shake up the front court, but
have they played Jackson and Turner
together
in the series?
Because that's the only adjustment that I could see with them going bigger. And anything else, I don't see how it helps them. Because they're not a good rebound. You know what I mean? Like rebounding is not their MO.
Well, they're not losing offense, I guess, because you're still going to have Siakam on the floor and you're still going to have Turner on the floor. You're not losing offense there. You're adding Jackson to try to go a little bit bigger while maintaining having offense on the floor. So
I mean, so you're saying like Jackson's Turner Siakam as a front court? Yeah. I mean that could be an adjustment. Yeah, I could see that being an adjustment to go big. I mean, but I don't know. Again, I don't know how much that helps them, unless their focus is just getting the rebounds. You know what I mean?
Well, they got to try something, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about coaching is that you don't know how certain things end up, but you just gotta dig into your bag of tricks and try something. And in this case with the Pacers, it's just something to try and see the first 5-6 minutes play out. And if you think it's something that can last for the majority of the game, then you stick with it. If not, then you just kind of go back to your normal lineup.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it. I could see it as an adjustment.
I could see it. I mean, the thing is, even as their lineup is now, they're much bigger than the Knicks starting lineup.
Yeah.
The Knicks still dominated the glass.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Let me get to a phone call real quick. We got Corey from Rochester. Corey, what's going on, man?
What up, Mr. Scoop? The Duke? What up,
what's happening with you, brother?
What's going on, family?
So, you want to know what adjustments about Indiana for Game 6?
Yeah, how you think they might adjust?
Ooh, I think the way they might adjust is that I know they're going to depend on Tyrese Alberton to have a good game in Indiana. probably getting over 20 or 30 points like he did. And they have won those games when he scores that much. And I think they want to try to keep Miles Turner, having his game shooting threes. But the only thing he wasn't tonight, he wasn't aggressive. He didn't attack as much. Didn't go to the free throw line at all, which is rare. And I know they're going to probably depend on him to go to the free throw line more in Indiana. But if New York keep Tyler Alberton under control and keep Miles Turner under control without letting him go to the line as much, like they did in Game 5 tonight, Indiana's in trouble.
Okay. I mean, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Keeping Miles Turner under control seems to be a struggle for the Knicks sometimes.
Right.
So they definitely got to figure that out.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, theoretically, he's like a poor man's Joel Embiid. You know what I mean? Like, so we already faced his threat. You know what I mean? Like, and Joel. Now, granted, he hasn't had Joel's type of input, but that's what I say, poor man's. You know what I mean? But we know how to adjust and adapt to his style of play. And he's not as tough on the inside in the paint. So
no, he's not. He's more of just an outside shooter, and sometimes that plays in the Knicks' favor. But I know if he gets hot, he could be dangerous. But if he gets cold and don't be as consistent when he hits them jumpers, that plays into the Knicks' favor. But I'm pretty sure that the game when they go to Indiana for Game 6, I know they're going to look at that tape, Game 4, of the embarrassment they had, and now they're going to think about, okay, we're not going to allow this team to think, and we're going to just let them just be free and get all the easy baskets, and then they on fire and we be cold. No, we're going to put a lot of pressure. They're going to put a lot of pressure back on them in Indiana to see how it feels, to think how they could come back and try to save their season, because the Knicks do play better when they're on the road, and they don't know that, and that's how it's going to come down to. I got faith that the Knicks are going to win in Game 6 at Indiana, just like they did in Philly. There's no doubt.
Yeah, beautiful thing. It'd be crazy for the Knicks to eliminate both those teams in 6.
Oh yes.
Which I think can and probably will happen. I think this team, man, after getting smacked like that, I think they're that I think it woke them up a little bit.
It did.
It woke them up
because, and the reason why I feel like it woke them up a little bit, because they know Game 5 of any series of any team that's playing in that round is the most critical, pivotal game of the year, because that could determine whether it could be your season or it could be possibly you going home.
Yeah.
And
no
I've seen that happen mad times.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? And the Knicks handled business today. Jaylen Brunson's the leader. Gary, one of the Indiana fans, said, so basically one guy beats our whole team.
No.
It definitely wasn't one guy.
See, he looking at points. He ain't looking at the other intangibles. He ain't looking at the rebounding. He ain't looking at all the other intangibles.
Right.
Nope. And what's gonna be crazy is now to know that the Knicks has really kept Tyrese Alberton shook. I got the feeling they're gonna keep him shook in Indiana, because now they're gonna know, like, you're easy to guard. Because all you do is just straight shoot threes. You don't even go to the hole enough. You don't even have a left hand. And you know what? To me, your three-point shoot might be on, but guess what? You got the ugliest jump shot I've ever seen. It's like a prayer shot every time you shoot, and then expecting to go-in. Nah, your shooting ain't all that good to me. I don't care how good you think you are. And then you got the nerve to jump to my boy Dante, talk about no, you can't guard me. What happened?
And he had 13 points.
Right.
Huh? Yeah,
he had 13 points when he said that.
Did you have anything to back up for? You made 1 3 and that was it? Are you kidding me? You play like a scrub. And Obi, your buddy off the bench didn't even do nothing. Play like a scrub. That's what we wanted y'all to do. We're not letting this Indiana Fever come to the Garden and try and think.
My man said Indiana Fever.
Indiana Fever coming to the Garden trying to think, you're gonna be king of New York? Oh, hell no.
My man said Caitlin Clark team.
To let you know who's really the king. And I can't wait.
We go take care of business.
Word, Stu.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm glad he got the nod for USA team, so Brunson can get some rest after this championship.
Word. Without OG. People were panicking. The Knicks can't win without OG. I said, yes, they can. All they got to do is just stick to their game identity. Don't be afraid of the moment. And that's exactly how the Knicks came out. They knew they were not going to let this Game 5 of Madison Square Garden be a letdown to the fans. Right. And I bet you that energy from the New York crowd can translate them going to Indiana and possibly give them the same energy at Indiana. Because believe me, Knicks take crowds on the road very well.
I mean, we were that close to winning the series tonight. That game number 1, that game 3 in Indiana, won that game. We were this close to winning this series 4-1. That close. You know what I'm saying? We can win in Indiana. No doubt in my mind we can win in Indiana.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I doubt it if they think, we're going to blow them out in Game 6 Knicks. I said no. If they gotta fight tooth and nail in that Game 6, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not expecting Indiana just to lay down.
No.
I'm expecting Indiana just to give it a fight. But we need to be more prepared to let them okay, who got the advantage?
I feel you. We just got to go get the win. I don't care if it's close. I don't care if it's a blowout. Just win. Doesn't matter to me. But Corey, I appreciate it, man.
You already know, baby.
No doubt. Be peaceful.
No doubt.
Sim, how much of the closeout on the road in the first round do you think that helped us or could potentially help us to close out
that's huge.
In Indiana?
Yeah, I mean, closing out in Philly, tough team too. That's huge in your experience in going into Indiana to close out. And let me tell you what, we talked about this when the Knicks lost to Philly. Whatever game, we talked about how, just everything that the Knicks are dealing with in these playoffs, going to battle, even if it goes to Game 7, whatever it is, like, this is what builds a championship team. All of this stuff builds a championship team, right? Like the traditional way of you got to go through the ranks. You got to go through some battles together because it builds trust. You got people in your foxhole. The coach learns who can step up and play during big minutes and big moments. All of those things, all of these things that are happening with the Knicks right now is building a championship team. You know what I'm saying? Because you go through these battles and you figure out and you figure out how to win. I mean, the Knicks got the war of attrition going against them. You know what I'm saying? Everything. And they're figuring out how to win.
It's even I spoke about it yesterday because my friend asked me, like, what if those Game 3 was Game 4 and Game 4 was Game 3? You know what I mean? Like, so the blowout was the first game in Indiana, and then the next game was the tight one that we feel like we should have won. He said, would that change things? Would that change your perspective? But looking at it the way it happened now, you know what I mean? It makes it more of a triumph. You know what I mean? Like more, you know what I mean? Like to go from we should have won that game to actually then getting smacked. You know what I mean? Like
right.
It makes it a tougher pill to swallow. and then to jump back and smack them the next game, it just shows that resiliency. You know what I mean? It shows that toughness.
Right. And that's what this team has, man. They're just resilient and tough. You know, and yeah, that's what they're built on. S Trader 33 said Miles had 4 rebounds, Hartenstein had 15. You know, and I mean that's been one of the stories of the series that we've seen with the Pacers fans upset, mad that Miles Turner doesn't rebound.
It's like
hold up, because this was in real time. So I'm watching the game and he says 15, and I'm like, nah, 16. He just got one. And then next you know, he got another one. I'm like 17. And I'm like, and 12 offensive. So like that was in real time. I was responding to the dude. So it was...
Yeah. I mean, you know, Miles Turner can rebound though. It's their style of play. He can rebound the basketball.
Yeah, he just don't like to play in the paint consistently, and maybe that's a system thing. But Miles Turner loves to be out in the perimeter knocking down threes. So yeah, Miles Turner, what the hell you expect?
You know what it is?
Rebounds.
It's like when we talked about Julius Randle a couple years ago, when he started shooting the three.
Yeah,
and Sammy was like, we opened Pandora's box. You know what I mean? Like, what you know what I mean? Like, once he got a taste of the success of being a offensive guy and having that, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's hard to reel him back into
right.
You know what I mean? Unless you are number one option where now you can feed him like, yo, you gotta do this, you know what I mean? You gotta take advantage. But now he's stuck in that system or in that systematic role.
Right.
And see, I can't even put Julius in that category.
No. I'm not comparing the two as I'm just saying, like, once you open the box of
him shooting threes,
like,
then
because he spoke about that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I forgot when it was, but he was all dressed up like a rock star or whatever. Talk about how, you know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna say, even while he was shooting threes or while he was starting to, put that in his game, Julius was still getting boards.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was making sure he was getting boards. You know what I'm saying?
That's Kevin is saying it's not him, it's the system, and I agree somewhat. Right, they have him in a system where he plays on the perimeter. But what about the defensive rebounds? All right, so I can understand you're not grabbing offensive rebounds because you're out on the perimeter shooting. But what about? Okay, so go grab 7, 8 defensive boards, 9 defensive boards, or something like that. He can rebound the ball.
No, he can, and he showed it in game 3 or game 4. One of the two. You know what I mean? Like, it's but I think that was a coaching adjustment too. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we getting killed out here.
Right. G said Holly and Turner can't win in MSG. There will be a game 7 at MSG. But maybe there won't be a game 7 at MSG. We take care of business in Indiana, there won't be a game 7 at MSG.
That's a fact.
Yeah. And he's kind of admitting defeat in this tweet here. Because he's basically saying, yeah, we're gonna win game 6, but we can't get y'all in game 7. So
right. Basically that's
he's accepting defeat already.
Right.
Well, you're gonna have to accept it a game early.
Yeah.
No game 7.
I think the Knicks are taking them out game 6. I think this team is focused. You know what I'm saying? Kevin said, so he's just ignoring there's a game 6 in Indiana. He's assuming that they win game 6. That's what he's doing.
That's what he was doing.
Yeah.
I caught on late too.
Yeah. SB Foe said Holly on the road versus Holly at home are 2 different players. What is it with Tyrese Alberton on the road in these playoffs?
I mean, I'll concede in the sense of if he is hurting, right? Just like Brunson, I don't think the treatment, the medical treatment, is the same on the road than it is at home.
That's true.
So that's the one out I will give. You know what I mean? Like you more comfortable at home, and you get the right. You know what I mean? The good treatment. You get the treatment at home in your house. You know what I mean? Like all that comfortability thing. That could be a factor. But he didn't look like he was laboring like he did in the first 2 games.
Right.
And he's progressively looked better from game 1 to game 2 to game 3 to game 4. So tonight, I really took it as I don't know, lack of aggression. Like he didn't look like he wanted to be or he needed to be. Like Brunson looked like, yo, I gotta take over this game. I gotta, you know what I mean? Like I gotta put this team on my back. Halliburton didn't look like that.
Right.
I don't know if he's ever did though.
Yeah.
I think you said the key word though, Tony. You said put the team on his back, and Halliburton has a bad back, and it's not to make an excuse, but you can't put the team on a broke back or hurt back.
Nah.
So
and
Brunson,
he's a young guy trying to figure it out too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so you go through those things where you got to figure out what to do when you get into playoffs. When you get in certain situations, like you got to go through those experiences in order to get better. So yeah, right now it's hard for him to put the team on his back because he just might be injured and not strong enough, and he may not know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it takes that learning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It takes learning in order to be able to do it. But listen, Halliburton he's good. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. You know what I mean? But so is Jaylen Brunson.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Jaylen Brunson is MVP level right now. Steve, Monster 75. Siakam is more tired than the Knicks. It's crazy. And they mentioned it in it. Steve Van Gundy, he mentioned it in the telecast. He was like, look at these. He was sarcastic. He was like, look at these Knicks. So tired. They can't finish the game. Kind of, teasing people who, were talking about Tom Thibodeau and playing guys so many minutes, so on and so forth. And obviously they looked fresh tonight.
They sure did.
They looked fresh. And if they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, one of the concerns that I did have early on before the playoffs even started was, with Brunson having to shoulder so much of the load, would he be able to make it?
Yeah, you did say that.
Giving you big games. I mean, so far, he went through, a 2-game stretch where he wasn't good, but he was injured. He still is injured, but he's still giving you big games. And
think about it, even in the Phillies series, them first 2 games, that wasn't Brunson.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it was an injury or whatever, but because even in those games, he was good. You know what I mean? It just wasn't Brunson. And when I said that then, I wasn't expecting who he was moving forward with those 40-point games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's a fine line in between even like a regular game for him, a good game for him, and a great game for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The Knicks make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. It's going to be hard for me when someone complains about minutes. It's like they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. The coach had to do something right.
Absolutely.
I mean, will he need to expand the lineup? Of course he will. Especially playing the Celtics. They got, they got horses out there. They're going to keep coming. They can shoot the ball.
If he ain't played the guys the minutes they was playing in the regular season, we wouldn't have been a 2 seed. You know what I mean? We've been in a play-in situation. You know what I mean? Like it it got us in, like he did. We got into the playoffs doing this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
50 wins.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue it. It's hard to argue it. When the team keeps winning. Now, will he need to open up that lineup? Yeah, no doubt about it. He's gonna have to open it up. And the good thing is, like, Alec Burks is getting playing time now, right? So when OG comes back, maybe he says, okay, let me keep Burks coming off the bench since Bogey's not here, right? Since now he's in a rhythm. Now we got another piece that we can throw out there on the floor to buy us some time, for whoever needs to come out the game. So
yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
will say this though, Tibbs does wait to the last, the last resort
Yeah, he do.
you know what I mean? To start making that adjustment.
Tibbs waits until the gas tank is on E.
Role.
Says, "Oh, I need some gas. Let me see if I can make it to the gas station."
He be like, I ain't got no choice now, but come on in. I trust you.
Yeah, no doubt. He does do that too. Wait to the very last minute. Okay, I'll make this adjustment now. Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna call it a night, man.
All right, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate
No doubt,
you.
no doubt. Appreciate you guys for having me on, man.
Welcome to the Losers Lounge.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my first time in the Losers Lounge. Feels great. Feels great to
man.
watch these tweets from these Pacer fans. It's nice, man.
Yeah, no doubt. We appreciate it.
No doubt, y'all. Salute.
All right, Trey. Peace.
Y'all be safe in them streets.
Yes, sir.
Likewise.
Yeah, man. Now the Pacers fans, man, they want to blow it up. Trey said, trade everyone and rebuild. This team isn't serious until we get a Tatum or Ant level player. We're not winning.
And I said, that's not the same energy you had a day ago.
You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I'm not a Pacers fan, obviously, but honestly, I think Mathurin is the guy that's gonna be y'all guy. So
Man,
you know what I
Matthew,
mean?
yeah, he ain't even playing.
He's not available right now.
Right.
Unfortunately, I feel like this also would have been the best experience for him more than anybody else. So he's gonna be a year behind in whatever the development is.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? But I'm a Knicks fan, so I don't care.
Yeah. Kevin said, I heard somebody say that Tibbs waits until the brakes on his car is metal to metal before he replaces them. He probably does. Yeah, I can get like 10 more miles out of these brakes. All the way down the road.
And then he'd be like, well, if I drive at this speed and I do these things, then it don't, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm gonna be able to make it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he definitely does. But yeah, I mean, it's not time to rebuild this team. They're still young. They're still young. They're bugging out.
Yeah, just made I mean, I think the biggest question with them, to be honest, is what was the Siakam move the right move? Right. But I will say this, like I said, with Mathurin, I think it makes Siakam's job easier. It makes Halliburton's job easier. You know what I mean? Like those I think Mathurin should be their go-to guy, their closer. You know what I mean? Halliburton be the guy that kind of gets everybody involved. And I'm not even really too sure about Siakam. He has potential, but you look at what it took for Randall to adjust to the role progressively year to year. Like I feel like Siakam has to go through that, and I don't know if he ever has or if he'll have that opportunity there. You know what I mean? So he might just be who he is at this point.
Yeah. Brendan said, please blow it up. You know, I don't know, man. I don't think it's time for all of that.
Brandon, he be all over the place. I have Giannis ball. They was gonna sweep us on the temperature check.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
The other losers lounge, he changes. Now he's talking about blowing up.
Yeah. Or caller, you're live. Name me where you're from, please.
This is Milk from Southside Queens.
What's good? What's going on with you, brother? How you feeling?
Ain't nothing. I just want to say what's up to you fellas and call in. First time calling in, long time viewer.
Appreciate it.
Sitting here with the wife, just enjoying the content, man. That's it.
We appreciate it, man. You know
Milk is chilling.
No doubt. We definitely appreciate it.
You know what's funny? That's exactly where I got that name from. When I was a little kid,
For real?
I had a 60-minute tape. My mother bought me a boombox. This is a little off topic, but quick story. My mother bought me a little boombox, and I had that one song on both sides of a 60-minute tape. So my brother started calling me Milk. Ever since then, man, that's where the name came from. No lie.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, man. But back to the topic, man. Knicks in 6. I've been saying it all year. Eastern Conference Finals for us, fellas. We're gonna wrap this thing up in Indy and let the haters keep hating.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Milk, we appreciate it, man.
For sure. Hey, text me that Cash App, because I know if I super chat they're gonna take a percentage of that. So just send me that Cash App.
No doubt. Appreciate that. Will do.
For sure.
All right, peace.
All right.
All right. No doubt, man. Let me see. Last one. No, it's not the last one. We got one more after this. Ready to trade Obi? What can we get for Obi Toppin?
2 second-round picks.
Man, they're looking to get rid of Obi.
Obi been one of their best players, man, throughout the series.
Trying to get rid of Obi.
He's been one of their best players throughout the series.
Yeah.
I mean, he had some blunders tonight. It definitely looked like he was playing for the Knicks a couple of years ago. But he's been their best player. Like I can't even bash Obi, man. Other than
guys, he's played well. You know, I mean, but Obi is going to be who he is. You know what I mean? I mean, he's on a team where they're not going to worry about if he's playing defense like that, at least right now. You know what I'm saying? So it works for him. You know, still not starting.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, still not starting, but it works for him. You know, their style of play plays into his favor, I guess. You know,
he's a good change of pace guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Last one, Payne. Yeah. They're right. Payne. Pacers, feel the pain, baby. Feel the pain.
That's what happens when you play the Knicks.
You know, feel the pain, because you're gonna be hurting. They're gonna be hurting on Friday. Tears. You know what I mean? Because we trying to finish this thing out on Friday night. Word up. Trying to finish it out. Yeah. Anyway, man. Tony, it's 110.
It's been a great turn of events, man. My mood tonight compared to the night 2 nights ago.
Gosh. You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna sleep good.
Yeah, for real. Because, 2 nights ago, whenever it was, man, that joint was painful. It was like, oh my God, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? How we lose this joint? But feels good. Feels real good.
9 more wins, man. 9 more wins.
That's it. We counting them down, baby. We counting them down.
We count at a time, though. So one more win. One more win.
Yeah, we need one more win. We counting them down. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get up out of here. We thank you. Appreciate your time. Yeah, Losers Lounge, baby. We out. Peace.
Losing is what got us here. None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we losing is